There's been a new katana added in 1.5, and also I omitted where I got that nice red one from, which is actually a special drop, so I'm going to cover that one as well. I'll put them in at the end. So I'm going to show you where to get them, how to get them, and their stats. So to start with, we have the Black Unicorn. Now, this is one you can only get if you have the GOG Galaxy version of the game. You'll find it in your apartment waiting for you in your stash once you get back there after the introductory missions. It's not massively special. It looks great. It has some crit chance and some bleeding chance. So just to see how it looks, here it is. It's got the glowing runes on it. It's very much... And I love the first time you equip a new weapon. Oh, look at that. That's so savage. I'm so glad I caught that on film. Look at the glow on it. Holy shit. Since when did it glow like that? Oh, they've just updated this. The glow is savage. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. So the next one is one of my favorites, and it's the Satori, and it's very easy to miss. In fact, I missed it on my first playthrough. You get it on the mission The Heist. If you've gotten past that mission already, you won't be able to get it unless you go back. It's worth getting it. Now, when T-Bug unlocks the door, all the doors are unlocked. So you can actually go back up the stairs up here, and you'll find this door is also unlocked, and you can head up to the landing platform. Now, when you go up there, there's a couple of guards you can kill. I haven't tried not killing them. I don't actually know what happens if you don't attack them. But open the door and you'll see it in there. Now, this is a really nice weapon. It has crit damage and bleed chance, but look at the crit damage. 516% crit damage is insane. So if you get a crit build, use this sword, you're going to be just one-shotting the enemies all over the place. It's a very classic looking katana. It's got the tempered edge and it's not got anything too fancy. It really is in fitting with the character who owned it. Now, this is the Tsumetogi, and it's unmissable. It's right in front of you during a mission called Pisces. Now, it's there in front of you on the table, and you can be just grabbed. This is later on in the game. You can opt out of the mission, and if you do, you won't be able to get the sword, so make sure you don't opt out of the mission if you want to get that sword. It's kind of got a bright, colourful handle that looks like a packet of Frutella or something, I don't know. But not my favorite. It has electrical damage, resistance, it has a small bit of crit chance and small bit of crit damage, and shock chance, so it's a very interesting weapon. So this is another one that's also easily missed. This is the cocktail stick. I'm going to try and keep this as spoiler free as possible, but you get it in the mission called Automatic Love, and it's in a dressing room. That's all I'm going to tell you. You can have a quick look. I won't show you too much. I really don't want to spoil anything for you. It looks fun. It's bright pink all over, and as one of my subscribers mentioned, it kind of looks like it's missing a mesh. It's very stylish. If you're into pink, this is going to be the sword for you. Now there's another one, again trying to keep this as spoiler free as possible. This is also one of my favorites. It's the Jinchu-Maru, and you get it off a boss fight in the mission called Play It Safe. Let's take a look at it. It's got great DPS. I mean, 5 attacks per second is amazing. Good physical damage, crit chance, bleeding chance, and you gain 100% crit chance where you have Kerenzikov active. So if you have that cyberware, it really pairs well, and you've got 2 empty melee slots there for it. And the last strike in a combo doubles the damage against enemies with twice your current health. So that's pretty damn good. And it looks absolutely savage. It has a real kind of industrial ninjato kind of feel to it. Now the final iconic samurai sword is the Scalpel. Now you get this one from a side gig called Big in Japan. Again, it looks very much like the Tsumetogi, just a blue version of it, and you get it at the end of the quest. After talking to Rogue at the start of Ghost Town, you'll see a guy standing around in Afterlife. Go and find him, talk to him, take his quest. And again, this one ties in well with a mod. It increases electrical damage, and while Sandevistan is active, it increases crit chance by 50, and hits also apply bleeding. And it's got 1 empty melee slot, so that's pretty cool. Now, the newly added one you get from completing all of Wakako's gigs. You'll eventually get a text message from her letting you know that this is waiting for you in your stash. And again, it has a bit more of a classic feel like the Satori, but this one has a little bit more of a modern edge, so kind of classic style, but more modern finishing, I would say. The swirling pattern in the blade, it's got some kind of serial number punched into the bit that extends out of the tang. out of the hilt. It looks really good. It's got a really good solid damage, an average attack speed of 2.8, 2 empty melee slots, and you can see its stats there. The really special thing about Byakko is it's perfectly balanced, allowing you to jump the enemy and attack them with full force. So you find yourself leaping towards the enemy. Once you get within a certain range and you attack them, your character will actually leap within range, which is amazing. And it's got a good bleed chance as well, which is 30%, which is amazing actually. Something else I've not noticed before, there's actually blood spots on the sword after you've killed people. This katana here is not an iconic katana, it is only legendary, but it is still awesome and worth including as a bonus. Although it's not iconic, it's actually the one you see in the still shot of V's apartment next to the iconic samurai jacket, so it's a nice one to have. It's one of the best looking katanas in the game. I mean, it just really has that cyberpunk feel to it. You can see it's a red blade with a skeleton grip. It's fairly awesome. It's got over 1000 DPS, 391 damage and 3 attacks per second. Pretty solid katana. I used it for quite a lot of the game. And 3 mod slots, and this is where you get it. I got this one from a Cyber Psycho sighting, Phantom of Night City. Now, I'm not going to go into any spoilers. I'll show you just whereabouts on the map it is, but there's no point in me telling you about it because this is where to get the sword, not spoil a quest for you. You basically loot it off the Cyber Psycho. Plain and simple. Well, that's the updated video. I hope it's of some use to you and you enjoy katanas. I'll be using katanas for most of the playthrough. If you're watching that playthrough, I look forward to seeing you there. Alright, take care. Bye.